Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Wanted to do a little bit of a unique video today, a breakdown and a peek behind the curtain of the album trailer score that I produced for The King is Coming album trailer. Red Rocks Worship has a new album. Go check it out. The King is Coming. But yeah, I was able to work alongside our video team at church. Jacob Phillips was the director for this film, and they all, huge team effort to create something really stunning and spectacular. But yeah, I just want to do a little bit of a glimpse behind the scenes into kind of how I think and produce something like this. Yeah, thanks for watching. So yeah, this started as a 4 or 5 minute piece, kind of with the idea of covering the ground of tour opener for our upcoming tour, but then also the meat and potatoes kind of being enough for this sizzle reel trailer thing for the album. So Jacob and I were able to get together and kind of cut a 4 or 5 minute track down to like a really tight, minute and 40 seconds or something ish. And if you know music or create anything, doing something really short is one of the toughest things to do, using the finite resource of time to create something really small. So really proud of what we were able to fit into a tiny time frame. So yeah, starting off here at the top of the song, there's a lot of interesting layers and pads and even some atonal things to kind of create the tension and some of the spookiness for the dark timbre of this video. We shot kind of during, I think it's called Blue Hour, right after Golden Hour, out on a very cold Colorado afternoon in Fairplay, and we all nearly froze, so it was pretty intense. But yeah, I had a couple requests for kind of like a Dunkirk or Dune-ish kind of horn layer, kind of this like repeating thing at the top of the video. And I do a lot of like my production through, I think I'm using like the Estatica Spitfire pack here, super creative. I love that one. But I do a lot of it through tone shaping, EQ tools. Like if I were to take this stuff off right now, got a distressor and a tape echo on there. You can hear this thing is way too abrasive and for what I'm trying to do. So I do a lot of like high pass, low pass stuff depending on what I'm trying to go for. But that horn is there kind of creating tension. I think one of the first layers I started with was this omnisphere. It's like Middle Ages or shepherd's horn or something. One is kind of doing the low hits and the low information. One's kind of doing like a string kind of thing. Do a lot of like EQ automation too as part of my process. Nice Valhalla verb on here. Pretty typical, just to kind of wash it out. Really fun. Start introducing some bass here. I think I tracked this with Omnisphere. It might have been my sub. Nice little sub kind of happening. Got this like ambient cloud pad. Start to introduce some synth. Kind of this pulse thing going on. One of the things that is a big part of our tour opener, kind of have this earlier theme that I kind of snuck in as a transitional element. But this is just the, I believe it's the same piano for all of this. Woodchester, really awesome. Lots of ache and dreams and clouds, which I love, right? And then start to bring in this spiccato string kind of section. Again, like doing some filtering like as we go. Percussion elements. Always love having like 2 or 3 percussion layers. This is kind of the first one by itself. Using cinematic percussion from Spitfire. Got this other one layered just for something a little bit more. That final hit to kind of seal this false build. This riser is in here kind of as a transition element. Really low rumbling thing from Omnisphere that I bounced down. That's cool. The horn comes back, the dune horn comes back. And then we're kind of on into the meat and potatoes. One of the other super interesting things that was happening earlier, obviously the song "The King Is Coming" we wanted to use in this because that's the title track kind of for the album. It'd be amiss not to. So kind of wanted to pull some layers. I have some layers from our original stems that I've edited and kind of fit into this thing too. But I've got this female BGV kind of layer, doing some EQ, tube saturation and delay stuff. And honestly, this thing's kind of buried at the top, but it does kind of help us get into the song. You can kind of hear it's like it's setting the tone for "The King Is Coming" without being too on the nose. Really love that layer. Really awesome. I love using like obscure tracks from the stems and doing something creative and cool and using them in a new way. There's actually this other one here. This lead vocal chop left and right was Tyler Roberts' idea, but he wanted to pull from this is a vocal from the original demo of this song, which had this whole amen section that didn't even get incorporated into the final thing. But a really fun part of kind of like, I do a lot of like Haas effects stuff with production, so you can see they're slightly misaligned just to be extra wide, but wanted to blow it up with some tube saturation, this other Ableton saturator. I've got my EQs kind of opening up later on in the song, some delay. But again, like if I take this stuff off, you kind of just get like a general kind of just like a, demo vocal, but doing something interesting and different with it's always fun. As we go, that kind of the amens kind of come back. I've chopped it up in different ways. This final amen. And then I've warped and stretched this one here. A little bit longer than it was in the demo, just to be really cool. And fit with the timing of this chordal shift. And the meat and potatoes of this back half here after the false build have this kind of sustained legato choir thing to kind of create the tension. Doing a lot of EQ automation, filters are opening up. This is one of my favorite layers, kind of following like this piano arp. So here's the piano arp. Really awesome, that felt texture in there. And then I've got the spiccato string section. I'm using Abbey Road 1 here. I don't know where the tightness is, but I got the tightness turned up pretty much all the way. It'd feel too loose if it was like this. But I really liked that. And then I had that part inspired this, I called it the Vatican Choir. And this kind of opening up. Here we go with all the layers. Add some pad in there. Here comes bass. And then more of that modern like synth feel. I love this final arp at the end. Yeah, really fun. Didn't want too much synth to be in there. I still wanted it to feel organic early on. Wanted it to feel organic early on without being overwhelming, but I still wanted some of those modern energy layers. vocal chop layer where we landed the plane. This was from a demo take, which was really special. Really fun. Got some other synths and stuff that I chopped up from the original track, just to kind of serve my needs, but just for layers and like extra stuff. Here's that vocal stack at the end. Really fun. So yeah, I love taking an original song like The King is Coming and doing something really creative and new with it, to serve a new purpose. So hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.